Alright, in this video we're reviewing JG Ballard's Crash. I'm just going to read the synopsis off the back of this book because I think the synopsis, it clearly states what this book is, this piece of fiction is about. So, when James Ballard smashes his car into another, he becomes fascinated with the allure of violence. His new friend, Dr. Robert Vaughn, a charismatic figure with a dubious sense of morality, leads him to a transgressive underworld of desire where the collision of modernity and sex are pushed to the extremes. In a society ruled by mass media, technological advancements, are there any limits to humanity's obsessions? So, for those that don't know what JG Ballard Crash, who JG Ballard is and this book Crash is about, it's essentially about modern dystopia and technological fetishization. In this book, JG Ballard kind of gets into the idea that we could already be living in a dystopia, and it's not a very, it's a very small mindset shift. What we see today, with some very small tweaks, we could be living in a dystopia. And if you're looking at modern society this time, not when the book was written, but the book was originally written in 1970 or published in 1973. But if you look at current times, it's very easy for us to slip into a dystopian kind of state, depending on which country you're living. Like if you're looking at the US right now, I mean, it's looking very dystopian there. I think Venezuela is another dystopian state. China might be considered dystopian, depending on where you are in China. Canada, I wouldn't say is quite dystopian, but what I'm getting at is that JG Ballard essentially helps the reader realize that even in modern times we could be living in a dystopia, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a science fiction, cyberpunk, world where science is so advanced and everyone's got cybernetics and there's nanomachines and shit like that. Obviously there's the technological fetishization. JG Ballard's Crash is recommended as industrial music literature, and I would highly agree with that, just being the fact that it is dystopian as well as the technological fetishization aspects. I'm not sure if you folks have seen the movie Crash, but it's essentially, obviously the movie's different than the book a little bit, but the book is kind of like the idea that there might be an apocalypse coming with all these motor vehicles crashing, and it's just this one big crash. The technological fetishization aspect is the idea that whoever the person is, whoever was in a car crash, there's these feelings of violence and sexual feelings towards automobiles and crashes and all of that kind of stuff, and the idea that someone's turned on by crashing into another vehicle or whatever it is. Yeah, it comes as recommended industrial music literature. I can see why, obviously, and I do recommend this book to anyone that is interested in the kind of subject matter that deals with modern dystopia as well as technological fetishization. And I would, in my personal opinion, I would recommend this to anyone who's into industrial music literature. There's a reason why a lot of the earlier industrial acts were influenced, like the first wave acts and maybe even the second or even third wave acts were influenced by this literature. Obviously, you may also recognize the name JG Ballard for his book, The Atrocity Exhibition, which is done in more of a cut-up style with these cut-up prompts, and then the story kind of plays out in these tiny little mini stories, and there's a continuing arc that goes on throughout the entire book. If you haven't seen a review of The Atrocity Exhibition, I do believe we gave a video review for it. If not, I'll link the blog review to it. But yes, highly recommend this. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you feel it has value, please share it. Maybe you're trying to convince your band or your friends to read this book. Maybe this will be the catalyst for them to read the book. If you have any questions or comments regarding JG Ballard's Crash, leave them in the comment section. I will answer them to the best of my ability. And obviously, if you enjoy what's on this channel, please hit that subscribe notification as well as the bell notification to be notified when the next video comes out. So see you in the next video. Fuck.